Okay, today we are going to discuss about wildcard characters. What is a wildcard? Where we need to use? Okay, so what is regular expression? So wildcard is a character symbol which is represent as a single or more characters, one or more characters. So wildcards. For example, asterisk. For example, asterisk is a wildcard character. Question mark is a wildcard character. Okay. Square bracket is a wildcard character. Curly braces is a wildcard character. Here, logical not is a wildcard character. So what is wildcard character? So which represents zero or more characters, or one or more characters, or one character, or range of characters. Those are called wildcards. So when working with commands, so this will be helpful for us. Okay. So when working with commands, so what is asterisk? So what is asterisk? It represents zero or more characters. Zero or more characters. Zero or more characters. So zero or more characters in the sense, so A to Z, any character, it represents, or 0 to 9. 0 to 9. Okay. So that, for example, if you specify example cp command, copying files, right? Copy source. When it is specify the source path, directory or a file. If you want to which file you want to copy from where to where. When it is specify the source path and destination path in the cp command syntax, right? So -rv, recursive and verbose, and path is like this. opt data. For example, if you specified in the source path and destination is like this, any other /var /ww something project. So if you want to copy all the files, what is asterisk here? 0 or more characters it represents. So 0 or more characters, the file name is anything. The file name is anything. Copy all the files from data directory to the destination project directory inside www. So here file name is anything. Copy all the files. For example, instead of specifying, copying like this /opt asterisk.pdf. If you specify, the file name is like this with the wildcard character. Okay, standard wildcard asterisk. So it represents 0 or more characters. The file name length is 2 characters length file, 3 characters length file, or n number of characters. But all the files. But it must be a PDF. But it must be a PDF file. File name is anything, but it must be a PDF file. Those files will be copied from your source to destination, whatever the destination path you specified here. Clear? Asterisk. So here, so any character between A to Z, any character between 0 to 9. Clear? So it represents. So question mark. So question mark, what is question mark? It represents single character. It represents single character. It represents single character. Like this. For example, if you specified copy -rv question mark, okay, then the destination directory. What is question mark? Question mark represents single character, the between A to Z or 0 to 9, any one character, single character. For example, A, it represents in the first question mark A, the second question mark any character A to Z, between A to Z or 0 to 9. So for example 1, A1. But the file length is 2 characters. Here copying files, the length of how many characters? 2 characters. But first question mark represents A to Z, any character 0 to 9. And second question mark also represents A to Z, any character, and 0 to 9, any character. But the file length must be a 2 characters. Must be a 2 characters length file. Those files will be copied from your current working directory to OPT directory. Clear? So like this. Okay. So for example, question mark T. What it represents? The file length must be a 3 characters length file. 3 characters file name. But it must be end with T. And here any character matched with any character name. Okay. So file name. For example, AAT or ABT, ACT up to Z. The first character is A. If any file matched, then so if you specify this syntax with cp command, then that file will be copied source to destination. So if you specify this syntax with rm command, then that files will be removed from your source directory. Clear? So for example, rm, removing files, right? Rm -rv question mark then T. All the files matched with the question mark T, the syntax. So then that files will be removed from your source current working directory. Clear? So the file name is anything, but it must be a 3 characters length file. But it must be a end with T. Clear? Like this. You can use these wildcards with any command. Okay? cp, copying, move, find. Okay? Have a lot of comments, right? Sorry. Okay? Got it? What is asterisk and what is question mark? Clear? Next, square brackets. What is square brackets? Specifies range. Specifying range between A to E or A comma E comma Z. Specifying range. So for example, with rm command, removing files, file name starts with A, those file names are starts with A and A to E, and if you specify T here, then what will happen? Okay, the file names, for example, AAT matched, ABT, ACT, ADT, AET, right? The range here specified A to E. File name must be starts with A and end with T character. And between matched with any character, the range, whatever the range you specified between in the curly square brackets. If any file matched with the same, then that file will be removed. And that file will be removed. Clear? Specifying range. Or one more syntax, for example, if A comma N comma S comma E comma something asterisk. What it represents? Any guess? If you specified the syntax like this, A, what is here? The starting letter. The file name, first character. File name must be starts with A and end with any character. end with any character, but the second character must be, so whatever the range you specified here. Okay, so A N S E. File name starts with A end with any character, n number of characters length, end with any character but n number of characters, asterisk represents, right? So A N A S A E, right? Any file matched like this, the pattern. First character is A and the second character, the range, whatever the letters you specified between the square brackets and asterisk. The character's length, file length is n number of characters or single character or two characters file. Clear? Got it? Any doubt? But where asterisk? So it represents both zero alphabetical or numbers. It represents 0 A to Z or 0 to 9. Okay? Clear? Got it? Like this. Square bracket specifying range. And curly braces. What is curly braces? So between the curly braces, this is the placeholder. We can search for a multiple patterns. So if you want to search for a multiple patterns, like so if you want to copy files like PDFs, MP3s or dot configuration files, any other files, .php. So if you want to copy two different files pattern at a time, remove, use the curly braces. This is a placeholder. So for example, copying files, hyphen rv, then the path, source path, and the directory name. Inside data, copy only the files. Which file? File name is anything, but the file is a PHP. Okay, comma, there is no space between this pattern and another one, asterisk. Again, then dot doc. For example, if you specified like this, so in the source, okay, destination directory, just specify destination as something, any directory, var or anything. Okay. Clear? If you specify any directory. Now copying files inside data. So two different files, patterns, .php and .doc files. But file name is anything, any name, but it must be a .php and .doc. Clear? You can also delete, remove, use instead of copying rm. Then remove the destination. Then it will rm command will find all the files matching with this pattern and it will remove. Clear? Got it? And logical NOT. So what is logical NOT? So logical NOT. What is logical NOT? Any idea? Logical NOT. Except, yes, except the matched pattern. Except the matched pattern. For example, a small example, cp -rv, then file 9 if you specified. Okay, the destination directory is this, except the file 9, except file 9, the remaining files will be copied. So file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, up to n number of files, but except file 9, except file 9, logical not. So whatever the pattern matched, except that pattern, the remaining file name, remaining directory name will be copied. So when we use copy command, so if you use with rm command, except that file, the remaining files will be removed. Clear? Except that file. So logical not. Clear? Next, escape character. What is escape character? So escape character protects subsequent special characters. Escape character protects. So backslash is escape character here. So it protects subsequent special characters. Subsequent special characters. A small example. For example, so what is this? Pipe symbol, right? Okay. If you specified so conditions like logical or. Logical or in the sense what? Logical not is different. Logical or is different. What is logical or? So condition 1, condition 2. These are this. Anyone condition is true, then you will get a result. Okay. So if you specified logical or condition, the symbol same, right? Logical or symbol. So when you working with command, if you specified this symbol for logical or condition, shall read this symbol as a by default pipe. Okay. Shall take the request as a pipe symbol. Okay. So when it takes this symbol, the pipe symbol as a logical or, so you need to specify this like this. So now escape character. So now escape character is protecting the subsequent. This is also a special character. Now shell treats this as a logical or, then the condition will be executed successfully. Otherwise, it takes output of this condition and forwarded to second condition, but that is not a command. Okay, you will get an error. Clear? So when working with commands and sub special characters, so use this escape character to protect that. So if you want to print new lines, how to specify a new line character? Tabs. Any idea? Tab spaces. Escape character T. Tab spaces. Escape character N. What is new line? So how to represent new line characters? Backslash N. Tab spaces. Backslash T. Clear? Like this. These are escape character. It will protect the subsequent special characters. Okay. Then shall read. That is a special character. Logical or a new line character. Tab character. Okay. Then it will understand. Shell will understand. Clear? So these are all standard wildcard characters. Standard wildcard characters. So standard wildcards using when working with commands. Commands in some find command, any command. CP, copying, moving, removing, any command. Okay. So if you want to copy multiple files, if you want to copy different types of files, if you want to remove multiple files, okay, so use all these as per your requirement. Okay. So next, regular expressions. Right. So in your keyboard, some symbol is there, right? See, above enter, you'll get a pipe symbol. Above, shift, okay, pipe symbol. Clear? Next, regular expressions. Regular expressions. See, a wildcard is a symbol used to replace or represent one or more characters. That is what we discussed, right? See, standard wildcards when various command line utilities, when working with commands, question mark, asterisk. That is what we discussed, right? Now, regular expressions. So, regular expressions are a type of globing pattern used when working with text. So, regular expressions are using when working with text, like filtering, using grep command, find command, and etc. Clear? So here some regular expression symbol: asterisk, dot, asterisk. Okay. Range, square brackets, caret, dollar, logical not. Okay. So between square brackets, logical not, then or, logical or, logical or. So what is asterisk here in the regular expression? It represents same. Come again. Huh? Asterisk. Here in regular expression, the asterisk symbol represents 0 or more, not more characters. So the preceding character must be matched with one or more times. 0 to A to Z, 0 to 9. One or more characters, not one or more characters. So one or more times the preceding character must be matched with. So in regular expressions, asterisk represents 0 or more times. I mean one or more times the preceding character must be matched. Okay. So for example, if you specified A asterisk in the regular expression when working with text filtering command, okay, A asterisk. So it reads. So it must be matched with one or more times the preceding character. What is the preceding character here? A, or A, like this. One or more times. Okay, it represents one or more times. The preceding character must be matched with one or more times. Clear? So, and dot. What is dot? Dot, same as asterisk in wildcard characters. It represents 0 or more characters. It represents 0 or more characters in the wildcard. Is it right? No. So it represents single character as question mark. Okay? Don't follow blindly. Okay? So it represents single character, same as question mark in our wildcard characters. Here dot represents single character. Clear? So asterisk represents in wildcard 0 or more characters. Here one or more times the preceding character must be matched. Okay? So dot represents single character A to Z or 0 to 9, and here dot asterisk. Dot asterisk represents, yes.
Suresh, what is the use of A asterisk A? If it is a alternate number, suppose Anand is there, A, N, A, N, D. So there is a alternative A's are there.
No, not like that. So if you specified A Anand, right? Yeah. The preceding character. What is the preceding character here? D, right? Not whole word. The preceding character, only the D. So if the D is repeated, then it will print that line when you use the grep command. Okay,
Mhm.
the preceding characters. Okay,
Okay, okay.
not the whole word, only the preceding character, the D here.
Right.
Okay, so dot represents 0 or single character, and dot asterisk represents 0 or more characters. What is that? A to Z, 0 to 9.
9.
Okay, same as asterisk in wildcard characters. Wildcard characters. What is square bracket? Same, specifying range. Specifies range. It represents range. Square brackets represent range. So same as in wildcard, you can specify a range between square brackets A to Z or any 0 to 9. And what is caret? The caret symbol. This is the caret symbol. So it represents beginning of the line. Caret symbol represents beginning of the line. Dollar represents end of the line. Dollar represents end of the line. Clear? So caret represents beginning of the line. Beginning. So dollar represents end of the line. A small example. For example, if you specified a caret. For example, so when working with grep command, we'll see later what is grep. Okay. So for example, searching for a line. Okay. The lines start with A. Those lines. Searching for a, those lines start with A character. So then represent, specify a syntax like this. A caret symbol. So then grep command will search for all the lines which are start with A. Then it will print all the lines start with A character. So end. For example, if you specified $T, what is dollar? End of the line. The lines end with T. Those lines will be printed on your output screen. You will get a result in on screen. So you can also specify empty lines. Empty. Starting with 0, ending with 0 characters. Means, what is it? Blank line, new line, empty lines, right? Empty line. It represents empty line. There is no characters in the line. Means one line, space, and one line. So if you want to search for a blank line, empty line in your file, any configuration file, log file, or any other file, you want to search for all the empty files, empty lines, or if you want to remove empty lines from your file, just represent like this, specify like this. So starting with 0 character and end with 0 means it represents empty. Here, if you specify like this, then the line starting with A and end with T, those lines will be printed. Clear? Like this. We'll see in the grep command examples. Okay. So caret and dollar, and this is logical NOT, same as logical NOT in the wildcard characters. Same as logical NOT in the wildcard characters. If you specified any string inside with caret, except that the remaining characters, remaining strings, okay, will be searched and printed. So this is logical OR. Logical OR for what? the condition, if you want to search for a two strings at a time, either this or this. So if you want to search for a either Linux or Unix, is there a string in your file? If you want to search either both, either this or that or both. So how to represent that? Using logical OR. So how to specify a logical OR? With yes, backslash with and the logical OR symbol. This is special character, right? Logical OR is a special character. So this will be protected. Backslash escape character. Escape character. For example, so if you want to print, instead of spaces, a special character. If you want to print, so instead of spaces, all special characters, any one special character. For example, new line character. New line. So for what is new line? Backslash n, right? This is a new line character. So instead of spaces in your file, print new line character. So how to print that? How to replace that? So we have a options. Replace with spaces. Substitute instead of spaces the new line character. Then you need to specify. If you specified like this, backslash n. In our case, this is a new line character. So if you specified without escape character, then shell treats this as a escape character. This is a n character. Both are different. It treats. Okay. So if you specified like this, then shell treat this is a new line character. So here escape character is protecting the subsequent special character. Tabs, tab spaces like this. Clear? Got it? So if you can also, if you want to print instead of spaces, caret symbol. If you specified caret in your syntax, shell treats that is a beginning of the line. So if you want to print, just specify escape character. Now escape character protect that, and instead of spaces, caret symbol will be replaced. Clear? Right? So these are all wildcards and regular expressions. We'll see so how to use and where to use. Okay, and few more special characters are there. I'll show you that. Just note down upper. Special characters. Upper. So it represents uppercase. Lower. It represents lowercase. Space. It represents spaces. Alpha. It represents alphabets, both uppercase and lowercase. It represents both uppercase and lowercase. Alnum. It represents both alphabets and numerics. So here alphabets, both uppercase and lowercase. It represents. Okay, alnum. Alpha means alphabets, both uppercase and lowercase. So here uppercase means alphabets in uppercase, lowercase alphabets. Clear? Alnum. Digit. Sorry. Digits. Clear? print it represents all printable characters. It represents all printable characters. Clear? A small example. Have a translate command. So using translate command, we can squeeze or replace, convert uppercase to lowercase. So one, for example, A to B, B to A, replace it, squeezing characters using translate command. So small example. For example, so if you want to convert uppercase letter to lowercase in your file, all lines. So how to specify that? Simply specify upper and then lower. Then file name. Then file name. Clear? Now translate command. TR means translate. This command will convert all the uppercase letters, characters to lowercase. Then that result will be processed to your standard output screen. Clear? Or the same syntax. You can also write the another method. Capital A to capital Z and small a to z. Then the file name. Then the file name. Same, both are same. Here specifying range A to Z. So capital A, small a, capital Z. Clear? Like this. So you see some examples. I'll show you that. See. See dot. It represents any single character equivalent to question mark. Okay. In standard wildcard. Clear? So asterisk, the preceding item is to be matched 0 or more times. That is yes, but not SCA like this. Okay. The same, right? Caret, dollar, square bracket. See, upper digit, decimal number 0 to 9, all num, spaces, graph, print, printable characters. That is what we discussed, right? So functional characters. See, translate command. TR is used to translate, delete or squeeze characters. Squeeze characters. So translate command, this is the syntax, and TR option set 1 and set 2. Clear? See, we'll see what are the options later. Just convert lowercase to uppercase. Convert lowercase to uppercase. So how to represent TR, upper, lower and input file. Okay, or you can also specify. I'll show you that.
That should be in quotes or
Yes. Okay. Create example. Is there any files? Okay. So remove all the files. RM-R. So what is that? Asterisk here. A file name must be Apple, but end with any character. Okay, asterisk represents wildcard character. See, removed all Apple. End with 1, 2, 3, 4, any number, any character. Clear? So just create one file. Cat file 1, creating file 1, I polyglot Linux. Uppercase is there, right? So here H is uppercase, P, Y, W, X. Okay, just to save, right? Control D. So cat file 1. Okay, now convert. Translate here capital A to Z. Then the input file 1. Sorry. Tab. Okay. Converted, right? Uppercase into lowercase. Converted, right? You can also specify. So instead of capital A to Z. So what is that? Upper. And here lower. Converted. Okay. Lowercase to uppercase. Converted. Clear? So like this. So if you want to print spaces, remove spaces. How to remove spaces? So have a special character. What is that? In square bracket, space character is there, right? So just represent that. So see, to replace a space character with any other character by specifying insert 2. So if you specified -s, what is yes here? Squeezing character replaces repeated characters listed in the set 1 with a single occurrence. Is there any repeated character? Then it will replace. So whatever the character or any symbol you specified, so it replaces with that. So -s. Okay, so just represent and create file like this. Oh, vi file 1 polyglot IT. Spaces is there, right? Not task tr -s. Then how to specify spaces? If you specified, what is this? No spaces. This is a space. Then what is the file name? File 1. See, instead of spaces, replace it with comma. Like this. You can squeeze, replace with. So if you want to remove spaces, so how to remove spaces? Just remove this. There is no space between two commas. Double quotes, right? But not truncating. Non-empty. Okay, sorry. Okay, so when working with the set command, it works. Any other character, dollar and printed dollar, right? Or any other character. So instead of L, for example, take L. See, hello. So here squeezed, the subsequent characters. Double characters are there, right? So just the cat file1. See, LL repeated, right? Execute this. Printed only one time here because the character is repeated and now squeezed. So S option squeezed that character and printed only one time, replaced with and symbol. Clear? So instead of two times. See here also polyglot one L is there. So here also one L. So here also one L replaced. Clear? Squeezing any subsequent characters repeated. So any characters repeated subsequently, then it will be replaced with that. Okay. Clear? Next. So one more option. So D. So what is the D means? Delete. So if you want to delete any character, how to delete? Just specify -D, then the set number. So for example, if you want to delete spaces, -D, removed, right? Spaces removed. Here, so how to remove spaces? For example, so if you want to remove Unix, capital U, only U, remove, right? In Unix, you removed. So any string, if you specified any characters, for example, Linux, just observe, see, Linux, but removed. I are here in hi also removed, right? Hello, L also removed. So here it removes the characters. It takes first character, second character. If any character repeated on your file, those characters will be removed. Not the whole word. It takes the characters, single character. Translate. Clear? Got it? So here specified Linux, but so here L also it takes as a single character. So L repeated lot of times. Okay. Now remove all the L characters from your file, and I also, N also, U also, X also. Here lower and upper case. So it represents lower cases, right? So here omitted, except the upper case. Only it removed lower case letters. Got it? Like this. And except the matched one. How to remove that? So have a one more character option, -C. Remove all characters except digits. So here specified digits, right? Except digits. See. So if you want to remove the matched, except the matched characters. So whatever the characters you specified. So -C and -D is the option. Then specify the characters. Here. See. So here except specify SC now. Here. See. Removed all characters including spaces. So here space also a printable character. Spaces and the remaining characters except LINUX. The remaining characters removed from our file. So see, what is see here? Except the matched one. The remaining characters. So if you want to replace, remove D, just specify Then specify new line character. See what it is printed. New line character in between the characters means created new lines. Created new lines except what is that? The remaining characters. Then you specify like this. Same, right? Instead of that, and see what is this? See, and printed and removed instead of spaces also. Instead of spaces also. So add and symbol added. Okay. So remove spaces and except the characters I also. So there is no capital L. There is no capital L, right? So in our file, so see file 1, is there any capital L? No, there is no capital L. Only I is there. Except I. Replace the remaining characters with what is that character specified here in the set 2? And. Now replaced all the characters. Even though if it is a space, space also a character, right? Printable character. Space also replaced with and symbol and created as a one line. Clear? Except the line characters, whatever the characters you specified. So replace with that. What is it? Instead of small l, or you can also specify capital U, capital H. See now, see the result. Omitted, right? Hi.
Yeah.
So H is there and I is there. So except these two. So here space is also a character. Clear? Space is also a character replaced with and symbol. And H except H. E and L also there. So except L, the remaining characters all replaced with and squeezed, right? Clear? Got it? Now, so what is the character here specified? L-I-U-H. If any character matched with these characters, except these characters, the remaining characters must be replaced with which character? And. Ampersand, right? Okay, clear? This is the result. So like this, translate command, like this. Use this translate command to squeeze, to delete spaces, to print any character instead of one character. So use the translate command. Okay. So I'll give you this document now itself. I'll forward. Okay. Just go through this wildcard characters and regular expressions. Okay. So this is translate command and wildcards and regular expressions. So next, grep command. So it takes time, right? We'll see tomorrow. We'll discuss small comments. Okay. We'll discuss tomorrow the grep. Takes time. Okay. I'll give you this document. Wildcards and regular expressions. Clear? So and wildcard and regular expression and translate command. Alright. So tomorrow we'll see what is grep and find. Very important commands. Find. Very important commands. Okay. So when working with in real time on your project, if you want to search for a file, if you want to search for a special string, okay, replace with one character with another string. Parameters. We'll see tomorrow. So how to view the system memory usage? How to view? So is there any idea? Do you know? So have a command, free command to get the statistics of virtual memory and physical memory usage, total memory and used memory, available memory, buffers, cached, the complete information about your memory usage. Okay, to get the statistics about memory usage, free command, execute free command, it shows the total memory of your system, like physical memory and swap memory. See the memory in the sense, what is this? 1 GB RAM space. Physical memory is nothing but RAM, random access memory, and total memory and used and free available, shared memory and buffers and cache. This is the memory to available, and swap is a swap memory. The total size you allocated, and this is used of swap space and available swap memory. To view the statistics in human readable format, -H is the option. Human readable format. Before it shows in bytes. Before it shows in bytes. Clear? Now it shows in MBs. Human readable format. -H. K. It shows in KBs. Sorry, by default it shows in KBs.
Kilobytes.
Yes. I'm sorry. So by default, free command shows the statistics, the memory statistics in kilobytes, KBs. Okay. So H, M, this is megabytes, MBs, 993. If you specified -H, then it shows. So if the RAM size 2 GB, then it shows in 2 GB. If the RAM size in MBs, it shows in MBs. Human readable format as per the statistics. Okay. So if you want to view the statistics in MBs, GBs, KBs, just use the options -H for human readable format, -K for kilobytes, -M for MBs, GBs. Clear? GBs. Clear? -T. Prints
Terabyte.
total line. So what is total line? Both physical memory and virtual memory. Both physical memory and virtual memory total. This is the total physical and virtual memory, and this is used physical and virtual memory total used. Okay, available. Both physical memory and virtual memory totally available free memory. Clear? Like this. So -T is the option to print total line. Clear? To print the statistics subsequent intervals. So if you specify 2 seconds, every 2 seconds the command will be executed and it will print the statistics of your memory usage. Okay, so how to print that? -S, then 2. See, we'll get the same result. We can watch the results every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds. Clear? See, Control C to close that, to kill that process. Terminate. Okay. See, -H. You can also use -H also print human readable format. Clear? As per your requirement, set the seconds, -S, the number of seconds. Then you will get the same result. Okay. So the memory statistics every 5 seconds, every 2 seconds, every 10 seconds. Clear? This is the free command to view the memory statistics usage. Clear? Available and total memory. Clear? This is free command. Next, disk usage and file system usage to view the statistics of, okay, to view the usage of files, file size, if you want to find out the file size or directory size. So have a disk usage command du. So if you specified /root, for example, if you want to calculate the size of root directory, okay, just simply execute du/root. So it shows inner files size and the total directory size, complete information. See, 4796. This is in KBC. Okay. So if you want to read, to print that results in human readable format, du space -h, then it shows 4.7 MB. A total size of your root directory 4.7 M. Clear? See the file size. These files are 0 bytes. These files are KB 76 KB. This file and key rings 12 KB. Clear? Got it? So like this. So to know more about this command, just use the man command and du. Okay, you'll get a lot of options. Okay. Just use this option and execute and practice. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me. I'll execute and show you. Okay. Just go through the manual page. Okay. And file system usage, partition. Okay. To view that statistics, the result. Okay. DF, disk file system, disk free, DF command -h. H means human readable format. Execute. See, it shows the file system. Here file system is nothing but a partition and the total file system, root file system and boot file system, like this. See, dev SDA3, this is the one partition in our Linux. Okay, so the size of the partition total 9.8 GB and used 4.5 GB and available 5.4 GB. Used space in percentage 46% and mounted on root file system /, right? That is the root file system mounted on that partition on root file system. See, SDA1 397 MB allocated and used 133 MB and available 265 MB and used space in percentage. Okay, 34%. This is the boot mounted on. Mount point is allocated, right? So at the time of creating partitions, right? Boot. So using this mount point, we can access this partition. You can store files. You can view the content files inside that partition. So these are all temporary files, which is created by operating system itself. Okay, we will see that what is temporary file system later. Clear? In the disk management. Clear? Like this. So if you want to calculate SDA /dev/SDA, only particular partition information. We'll see once again. We'll see the results in disk management. I'll show you once again. Okay. So how to create partitions. So how to check that partition information allocated and used. Clear? SDA 3, like this. Okay, execute man and one more option, -T. So it shows the file system type. What is the file system? Created on root file, this one, and SDA3 formatted with XFS file system type. Okay. So if any partition formatted with ext4, ext3 or any other file system, so if you specified df, then hyphen capital T is the option, okay, to print the file system type on each partition. Now it's printed, right? Before it, the column is not there. See, printed from size. So when specified capital T, then it's printed the type of the file system. Clear? We'll see once again in the disk management. Clear? Got it? So this is DU and DF, disk free, disk usage, and free command. Okay. We'll continue the class tomorrow and we'll see. So what is grep? So how to use, how to search for a specified string in file. Okay. And what is find command? So how to find files in your Linux system. You know the file name, but you don't know where the file is exactly located. So how to find out that file path, multiple paths. So based on user, group, time, access time, modified time, file type. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Venkat, hello.
Yeah.
Is there any doubt in the today's class?
Yeah. No. No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, give me access.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 second. Hello.
Yeah, Satish. Yeah, Satish.
Open that virtual box.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This one already it's open.
Oh,
Now it's running. Yeah. From here, what I need to do for this after that?
enter. Just simply enter.
No. No. Automatic put in 51 seconds. Shall I wait or shall I press enter?
No need to wait for that. Just execute
Okay.
enter key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skip. Press escape key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Already we did this, right? Again, why it's asking?
Installation completed.
Yeah, installation completed.
Okay. So do one thing. Press right control on your keyboard.
Okay.
Then select devices on menu. Oh.
Shall I escape this? Shall I quit this?
No need to do that. Just right control and click on devices. In the virtual main file, machines, view, input is there, right? Click on that.
Yeah. Devices.
Click on that.
Yeah.
Optical drive.
Optical drive, yeah.
Then click on this, the CentOS 7.
Yeah, already it's done.
Post on mouse.
Okay.
Okay. So now click on mission and reset.
Reset. Okay.
Yes, reset. No bootable.
No bootable image. Same, yeah, same error earlier also it came.
Is installed already the system or just booted?
Just it's booted. No, it's installed. And it took around 27 minutes or something. Yeah.
Created partition.
Partition.
You
No, I don't know for this. Yeah.
you created any partition?
No, for Venkat we created that partition and all that.
Okay, no problem. No partitions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, select the devices.
Yeah.
Optical drive.
Yeah.
Then select CentOS. Choose that. Okay. Mission and reset.
Okay.
Okay, reset that. Okay, enter.
The virtual machine reports that the guest OS does not support. Shall I escape?
Escape.
Yeah, again it came to this same
Okay.
screen.
Okay, no problem. Click on continue. Select software selection. Click on software selection.
The virtual reports that the guest OS does not support mouse pointer integration. Is it okay?
One second. Remove these two options.
Shall I close this?
Uh, Click on right control, then close that. What is this?
Shall I close this?
Yeah.
Both?
Both.
Yeah.
This is also, you not downloaded, right?
No, on that day we downloaded. After that we didn't done anything.
So can you show me that where it is, that the downloaded 4GB one?
It's not there on my desktop.
One second. Is there? Here. The third line. ISO.
Yeah, ISO, yeah, it is there.
Click on right click.
Right click. Okay.
Properties.
Okay.
Okay, fine. The cancel. And cancel. Okay. Now go to your virtual machine. Open that. So close this. Okay, click on devices. Once again, click on devices. Optical drives. Choose disk image. Click on choose disk image. First one.
Okay.
Click on desktop. Okay, no problem. Okay, click on desktop. Then now select that ISO. Double click. Okay.
Yeah. Force mount.
Oh yes. Now click on devices once again. Click on that. Okay, no problem. Okay, fine. No need to select.
Okay.
So now mission. Click on mission
Yeah.
and reset. Okay. Enter. Escape.
We can work on putty. And, oh, it came again to same page.
Yes. Now you need to install. So continue. Click on continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Now select.
After
Yes.
after select.
Yes. 1 second.
Okay.
Now click on that.
Yeah.
Now select server with GUI. Here.
Where is it? Yeah. Server. Okay.
GUI.
Yeah.
Okay. Now click on continue. Right control. Okay, no problem. So click on done, right? So right control and this scroll up.
Yeah. It's done, right?
Now click on done.
No. Yeah.
Now click on installation destination.
Okay.
So okay, click on done. We'll see in the next time how to create partitions manually. So click on done. Automatically the partitions will be created.
Okay.
Okay. So now click on continue. Right control and scroll down there.
Begin installation, right?
Yes. Begin the installation.
Yeah.
Okay. So set the root password. Click on root password and set the root password and create one user and set password for that. Okay. So that's it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Right. I will do that.
Okay. Thank you.